holdings in your portfolio. One is HCG. This is Healthcare Global Enterprises. It has a 16% weightage in the healthcare portfolio and is present in the other portfolios as well. One, I wanted to understand what makes this as a super conviction idea in a high conviction portfolio.
Sure. So
that too concentrated in one particular sector.
That is true. So HCG Shailji is a oncology super specialty hospital. So they do only cancer patients. Just to explain the business model to you. Now let's say we compare HCG to a multi-specialty hospital. That can be any multi-specialty hospital. It can be a Apollo, a Max, a Fortis, or whatever, a Narayana. So when you are comparing HCG to, let's say, a multi-specialty hospital, what happens in a multi-specialty hospital? You do gastro, you do maternity, you do ortho, you do cardiac, you do all kinds of disciplines, right? So what happens therefore is that a multi-specialty hospital in the first day of the financial year starts with 0 patient. And he has to acquire his patients throughout the year, because these patients are not repeat patients. A maternity patient can come to you, deliver the baby, and then not come to you for the rest of his life. Same for a gastro patient. He has an ulcer, he comes to you, stays for 3-4 days, get the surgery done, and then moves out of the hospital, and then never may come back to your hospital. So the multi-specialty hospitals every year begin their patient acquisition process from 0. And every year then they have to grow their patient base to 100, 120, 130 to show growth over their last year revenue, right? In a HCG, because it's only oncology, in oncology, a cancer patient is a patient for life. So when you are a patient for life, then let's say HCG has 100 patients last year. Let's say 10 of those patients pass away because cancer being cancer. And let's say 10 patients drop out because they are either cured or they don't like HCG, they want to go to somewhere else. Next year, HCG will begin with 80 patients. And then he has to acquire only 20-30 more patients next year to grow over the base of the last year. So that is the difference between HCG's model. So this is called a chronic business. HCG's business is a chronic business, and the multi-specialty businesses are largely acute businesses. They are 60-70% acute, only 30% chronic. So HCG therefore every year begins at a higher base, and he has to add very few patients to grow over the last year base. And multi-specialty hospitals start with a very lower base, and they have to acquire a lot more patients to grow at the previous year's base. So that is one reason why we believe HCG is a superior business model. Second reason is the fact that cancer is one of the fastest growing diseases in India. So if you're present in one of the fastest growing diseases in India, then obviously your patient pool is increasing faster, and so will be your revenue. Third reason is if you look at the valuation. So we are always, Shailji, you will hear me talk about business model, but we always talk about it in conjunction with the valuation. Yeah. Without the valuation, just the business model doesn't make sense to us. So in terms of valuation, if you look at HCG's valuation today, 10,000 crores market, 320 odd crores of cash flow last year. So last year when I say FY25, fiscal 25. So the stock is available to you at around 30 times trailing cash flow, right? The same number if you look at for other hospitals, especially the larger multi-specialty, they are available between 50 to 80 times cash flow, right? So the larger multi-specialty hospitals who will anyway struggle to grow on a larger base, plus they are more acute. This is a smaller super specialty hospital, will grow on a smaller base, plus he has more chronic, and he's available at a lower valuation, they are available at a higher valuation. So it just becomes a no-brainer bet from that perspective. Add to that the fact that HCG is controlled by a private equity. A private equity promoter basically ensures that the incentive of the minority and the promoter is aligned. Both want stock prices to go up, right? They have no other agenda. Whereas some of the other multi-specialty hospitals drop off, they are controlled by families. So then family promoters might have other agendas other than the stock price also. Sometimes do necessarily what is best for the stock price, right? So all these things basically make HCG a standout pick for us compared to other hospitals available.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.